G'day everybody, welcome back to Tales of the Shire. Hope you guys are doing well. We are in front of Delphi's tree and we've just traded a whole bunch of our herbs for a whole bunch of jams. So let's actually bring that home and stash that away before perhaps just finishing up the night with... Oh, I'm not entirely sure really. We could do a little bit of fishing, prepare some fish for the next day to sell. I think I'm not really that interested in planting more crops because I feel like we're running out of time in the winter to plant some winter crops, and perhaps maybe it might just simply be better for us to wait for the spring. So that's the plan. I am going to just archive a whole bunch of stuff here. And we might need to send out an invite for different folks to, you know, have a meal. So we should think about doing that as well. So let's tuck the hedge mustard away, all of this, except for windfall wood. We can't exactly do anything with that. But all of this stuff goes into the pantry. And yeah, let's maybe do that invite first before we go out to sort of do a whole bunch of sort of smaller bits and pieces. Let's plan a meal. Oh, actually, sorry, my bad. We have already planned a meal, and it is with Sandyman. I was getting a little bit worried about that. Sandyman, Noxie, and Cotton, the grumpy trio. So, gonna be an interesting meal. I'm gonna have to figure out what they all want to eat tomorrow, but I'm sure it's not really going to be too much of a problem. Now, how can we make a bit of extra money? I did, in the previous episode, discover that Sandyman is actually willing to trade even late at night, so it might not be a bad idea for us to maybe do some fishing, go to Sandyman's place, and then we could potentially, you know, make some money that way. And I have learnt that selling a whole bunch of stuff from the pantry early in the morning is a decent idea to, you know, actually make a ton of money all at once. So I'm gonna try and do that if we can. This is a very, very big one. I think this could be like third tier in terms of rareness. Oh no! Okay, well, I completely failed. We can try again though. Seems to be back already. There we go. Alright, gonna have to be extra careful with this one. Spiked and cracked. We've seen that before. Can we get another, maybe? Common perch. We'll sell those ones. Okay, this big one's very close by. It should make it a little bit easier. Another one, very good. Yeah, the further they are, the tougher it is to make sure this thing lands in the right spot. Might be getting a little bit late. How are we doing here? Oh, we've got plenty of space still. I might just catch, like, one more. And then we'll call it quits. See, Sandy Man. And then... oh, perhaps maybe we could do one little bit more of foraging. I can't remember if tomorrow's going to be spring or if it's going to be the day after tomorrow. Brilliant. Alright, let's get going. So we should be able to get to Sandyman's by just cutting through here. Look at this table. Got all of those meals. Yeah, apples are very abundant this season. Sandyman, sir. I got plenty of fish for you this evening. Except for the spiked and cracked, you can't have that. But you can have everything else. And the mushrooms and the apples as well. There we go. So a bit of cash made for the rest of the night. I should break out the lantern though. You never know. We could get pretty lucky as we're walking back home. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if there's anything else down this way. Morels. I'll definitely want to try and gather up these. I just don't know if we'll be able to find more of them during the springtime. And definitely more of these herbs for the jam exchange. Truffles? Sure, we'll grab those. It'd be nice if this pathway was open to us, but anyway. Time to head home. Let me also just get the help of the birds, because it is getting a little late. And I would like to be able to sleep on time, if possible. Although, we are very, very far from home, aren't we? I get the feeling we might actually sleep in this time around as well. We headed the right way? Roughly, yes. Yeah, I think I may have gone a little bit too crazy on the fishing. Oh, I'd love to gather all of that, but... perhaps maybe I should have, because I feel like we're just about to pass out right now. Will we make it? Nope. We shall not. Time for bed. Well, that's okay. It's not like we really needed to be awake early in the morning anyway. Alright, so there's still one more day in winter. Not the end of the world. Let's put our brown riding jacket on, because that's new. And yeah, we may as well be wearing a few other different things here. Maybe we go with that. Looking pretty nice. Pretty snazzy. Yeah, let's maybe throw some of this stuff into storage. So now I have like second thoughts about selling off herbs. I probably want to hold off on selling herbs. But I do want to sell a whole bunch of other stuff if possible. Cabbage sprouts. Let's bring those. We can sell a whole bunch of cabbage sprouts. Chives we have plenty of as well, so I think we can definitely throw some chives to the market. Can do maybe a couple of dawn days. What else? Got quite a bit of garlic here. Why don't we sell some garlic? Got plenty of peaches. Plenty of rosemary as well. And spinach? Yeah, why not? Let's do some spinach. I do have quite a few truffles, so I might get rid of some of those. Plenty of these walnuts. And plenty of these white fluffy potatoes. I think one harvest gives us quite a decent amount. I'll retain the 2-star ones though. Let's not get rid of those too quickly. But we'll do like the 1-star ones. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, we've got plenty of stuff to sell. So let's go ahead and get that done. I'm keen on coming back and doing a big harvest, and I might leave the garden empty, actually, because we're about to have to replant a whole bunch of stuff for the next season. And I believe what we had going in this current season was some brown potatoes, which took ages to grow. So it's probably not a good idea to be trying to grow things that are out of season. Okay, I could perhaps do with some more spices, so let's sell everything with Hobson. Okay, that's a lot of cash. Raisins. Yes, I'll take those. Salt, I'll take. I'll take some black pepper. That looks good to me. And if I'm gonna buy anything else, perhaps maybe it should be from here. Just trying to figure out what kind of ingredients we might want to use for various dishes. Don't really have a lot of bacon, so we could buy some bacon. Bit of mutton, maybe. some more coney. We do have a few at home. Maybe a bit of pork there. Wouldn't be too bad. Cream. Regularly use cream. And milk. So, let's do... yeah, that much. And then butter. We have been using quite a bit of butter recently. Trying to make certain things taste a bit sweeter. Alright. Well, that was a big purchase, wasn't it? I mean, we did make a lot of money though, so I'm not too fussed. 1,800 silver. So, heading home, let's check on the mail and figure out what people want to eat. We also need to hear about what's happening with the assessor. So in the previous episode, the assessor was awake. He was feeling a lot better. He did feel like eating a spicy pie, which we gladly made for him. Let's take a look. I think I'm getting strong. Hello, Blue. I had to barrow you home again. You'd best get to sleep on time. A hobbit needs a good night's rest. P.S. I think wheelbarrowing you is making me quite strong. Ah, good on Orlo. You cook any good? So... Cotton wants something sour. Noxie wants something salty. Probably a fish dish. And Sandyman wants something sweet. And then this is from Lily, probably about the assessor. I hope you've been feeling well. Or sorry, sleeping well. We've got more of this assessor situation on our hands. Could I ask for some more help in the kitchen? Only when you've got time, Blue Love. Okay. Oh, I definitely have some time. But speaking of the kitchen, we do need to go there to... you know, create a few dishes of our own to try and feed our friends. So we'll maybe prioritize that first. Let's throw everything away. I still think this game could do with a button to just say, you know, throw everything into the pantry. Okay. Looking pretty empty now. Not a bad thing, though. And we can keep, you know, whatever's in there currently. But I just don't want to throw more stuff in there. Valerian seeds. I perhaps maybe should replant that straight away. I mean, I could throw more of this stuff in. If only I knew what was going to grow well in spring. But, yeah, let's maybe hold off, though, as I said. Okay. Time for a bit of a cook-up. Of course Noxie wants crispy fish pie, or perhaps maybe the fish cakes. Yeah. He doesn't think of anything else aside from fish dishes. I mean, I don't mind making another crispy fish pie. We'll give him our very best crispy fish pie. There doesn't seem to be any hearty vegetables that are naturally salty. Let's do white fluffy taters. And then I think I'll do some wild beef here. We are running a little bit low on the wild beef. And then perhaps maybe the dawn dace or maybe the stone loach. I could put some salt during the cooking process. Doesn't sound like a bad idea. Yeah, I don't think I can get the textured here. Perhaps maybe I didn't really need to... Oh, I guess I did need to add salt to the dawn dace though, so I had no choice there. But, yeah. Got a salty fish dish for Noxie. And... Sandyman... I want something a little bit sweet. Does he always want something that contains ingredients that we can buy from his shop? Possibly. This is going to turn out sweet. And it's probably going to be pretty easy to achieve. Oh, actually, it's not going to turn out sweet automatically, but I think it's going to be pretty easy to achieve the sweetness. Let's do peach jam. Got plenty of hazelnuts and chestnuts. Let's do hazelnuts. And let's use the saucepan. Don't need to add anything in the sauce though. Or in the pan. Perfect. Alright. And, we do need a sour dish. Mrs. Cotton's Amazing Autumn Tart. I think we may have this already made. We don't have a sour one, though. But you know what? I'm prepared to bite the bullet on that. And just give him one of these. Let's actually get rid of a whole bunch of stuff that we have on us. Yeah, now I have a bunch of flowers that I do need to also try to sell off. Yeah, let's grab one of these. Okay, it's mealtime, I think. So, let's head to the Muma Island. And once we're done with this meal, we should be able to go back to the Green Dragon and speak to Lily about, well, what kind of help that we can give in relation to this assessor. Because I'm not 100% sure what's going on. But presumably the assessor wants to eat something. So perhaps maybe another type of pie, different flavor. Or maybe a different dish altogether. So I'm just catching a few more fish because I am going to need to try and sell off these flowers anyway. We may as well make a little bit of extra cash in the process. Alright. We are done. Let's not pass up the Nasturians. Oh. Blue, stop saying hello to all of the animals all the time. Alright, I feel like I'm wasting a little bit of time there. I'll come back for it if we do swing around this road again. Muma Island. Beautiful. Let us start this meal. So, firstly, the meal for Sandyman. Let's do just a serving there. And fish pie. Another serving. And we do the other pie, the tart. Okay, that looks nice. Everyone should be pretty happy. Let's skip through this. I do see a little bit more Nasturian back there, so I should grab that. So a couple of gifts. Let's speak to Noxie and Cotton. Bait and fish. Okay, so potentially another dish that he might like. So let's just take a look at what we would be able to trade with. Okay, so he likes a bunch of taters and pumpkins and the like. We could trade him for some rarer fish. Interesting. Okay, and then Cotton. Don't run off just yet. Cozy Smile Pie. Interesting. I wonder what would be in a smile pie. Grab that. And it's time to check out the kitchen. So there are various people who have some quests for us, or tales for us, who haven't exactly written letters though, so we'll probably need to speak to some of those people. Noxie being one of them. Lily, how's the assessor doing? Hello, Blue Love. I need another favor. More cooking for the assessor? He's getting homesick again. I told him you're too ill to go anywhere. Is he? He probably is. A bit. Anyway, he said he'd stay in bed if we cook him something nice and salty. Okay, well, I can do that. You've been getting better and better at cooking. I'm sure you can make him a fine salty meal. I'll bring it over as soon as I can. Alright, one salty dish coming right up. I mean, he liked the pie before. We could do like a salty pie if he's into his pies. Maybe I should check in with Noxie right now. I read your letter. Newcomer, you managed to find me then. Follow me. Do you know where we are, newcomer? Bywater Pond? Pond? Does this wonderful peace water look like a pond to you? Perhaps a beautiful pool like this is only a pond to high-thinking lords like them hobbits that come from Bree. For me, this is the best place in the whole Shire. Mr. Fishy likes it too. It's a good home. Yes, a good home. I like Bywater too, Mr. Noakes. Of course you like it, newcomer. You're not in that place Bree anymore, where everyone's cracked. But I do like Bree too. I'm sure you do, newcomer. So, did you want my help with something? Old Noakes doesn't need help from anyone. But old Noakes' knee is playing up, so he wouldn't mind if you offered. Well, okay, I'm offering then. Well, that's good. See this spot here? It's a happy place for Mr. Fishy. Plenty of bulrushes at the water's edge. Mr. Fishy keeps his kiddies safe there. You should see them swimming around, chasing each other like little terrors. But now there's loads of weeds down here, choking the rushes and ruining their little playground. Happy little fishies mean happy Mr. Fishy. Happy Mr. Fishy means happy old Noakes. Well, I'll get on with it. Okay, so he wants us to just clear all of this, maybe? Okay, wasn't too difficult. That's the last of them. It's been good to clear the water. Hang on, what's this? Dunedane Matham. I found something, Mr. Noakes. What is it, newcomer? I don't know. It's covered in mud. It's shiny, though. Wood and water holds many secrets. This land is old, newcomer. Older than hobbits. And it remembers. Does it remember what this is? That's very funny, newcomer. Take that shiny thing to Nora Burrows. She knows a lot of stories about the land. And thank you, Banks, for your help today. Cool. Well, we'll have a chat with Nora when we get the chance, but I am thinking we do need to make this salty meal for the assessor first. Make sure that he doesn't decide to leave and go back to Mikkel delving. I actually do have a few bits and pieces, don't I? Like, I've got, like, fish and stuff. I might actually just get rid of that. And the flowers, actually. There we go. Much better. And has that piggy moved? Very good. Yeah, we've been able to pick up a crazy amount of walnuts. I feel like our wallet is semi-fueled by walnuts. Thanks to all this foraging. Right. Salty dish. The question is, which salty dish should we make? Cheesy garden soup. There's a lot of sweet ingredients in there, which might not be the best. Chicken is already salty. We could add salt to the egg and choose a salty, hearty vegetable. I don't know, maybe we want to do like a wintry dish, or a wintry, like meaty dish. Jam would be quite sweet. Pork slices with autumn vegetables. I would need to add a bit of salt to a few things. I guess if I did the salt on the pumpkin or the turnip, that might change the flavor. Roasted mutton, summer style. Mutton itself is kind of sweet though, isn't it? So, pork slices on parsnip. Pork slices with autumn vegetables. Adventurous shepherd's pie. We need wood blewit. We've never seen that before. Peas. Yeah, anyway, let's focus back on what we can actually make. I think I'll do the pork slices on parsnip. It sounds delicious, by the way. This game always makes me hungry. So, how can we convert this dish? Actually, this might be a bad idea. There's too many sweet ingredients. Yeah, maybe the autumn veggie is better. There's only a couple of sweet ingredients there that I need to convert into a salty taste, which means, yeah, I'd only need to expend 1 salt. So I can do that when we're cooking the turnip, or perhaps maybe cooking the pumpkin. So let's do this. Almost there. So the turnip. Let's add some salt here. I think we should be good. Salty dish. Store that in the backpack, and I think that's all we need to really do for now. I could throw the rest of the stuff that we've found into the pantry. And I suppose we should feed this to the assessor and see what he says. And as the night wraps up, I think we'll do one last forage in the winter. And then we'll check out what's going on in the next season. Can't wait to see what sort of things we'll be able to forage, actually. Not to mention the types of fish that we might also be able to catch. Should be interesting. Alright, here's the salty meal you asked for. Thanks, Blue Love, and not a moment too soon. That Sandy man keeps getting all friendly with the assessor. What does he want with the assessor? I thought he didn't want Bywater to be a village. I thought that too, Blue. I'm not happy about it. Okay, maybe that's it. We don't even get to see the assessor eat it. So let me just take a look at this. Orlo's even bigger moment. Wait to hear back about the assessor. I suppose we're just gonna have to wait until the next day and go to the post box. We do need to ask Nora about this strange object, right? So I'm gonna see if we can try and find Nora. Is that Nora? Maybe. Yes, that's right. It is. Nora, I found something kind of strange. I think it's some sort of brooch. Was it made by the elves? It might have been, but it's quite heavy. Elves make things that are very light, or so I've heard. I think one of the Manish people wore this. Would you like to have it? It would be the finest Matham in my collection. But you should keep it, Blue. It came to you. It's yours. Thank you, Nora. I love the star on it. It looks like the badge of the kings of old. How do you know that? I read it in a book about the Shire. Mr. Baggins of Hobbiton lent it to me. It was his stories that first made me interested in Mathams. So, what will you do with the brooch? I don't know yet. That brooch must have many stories, and now its story is about you. Cool. Alright, there we go. Did that complete that tale? I think so. Alright, since we're here in the menu, I might actually just take a quick look at what we need to do for some missions, because obviously we're still busy trying to do that. Cook using these ingredients. We need to cook using potatoes. Wax caps. A couple more. We need to cook using radish. Again, I don't really know what these stars mean. Maybe it doesn't matter how many stars. Maybe it just matters how many times I use the ingredient itself. Well, I mean, with that in mind, I should really plan another meal with people for the next day. So I get to, you know, practice my cooking. We'll do that. We'll do that when we get home though, because, as I said, I do want to spend a bit more time harvesting anything we can find during the winter time. I'm thinking we'll start to see more berries come out again during the spring. Now, this time around though, I definitely want to get home before we pass out from exhaustion, because I need to send out that invite. Okay, let's swing around this way. Alright, I might go on the road and then do a bit of a loop up the valley here. I really do hope that we start seeing more of the wild beef in the next season, because I'd like to try and stock up on that where possible. Okay, it is probably a good idea for us to start making our way back home. I keep seeing goodies that I want to grab. I might leave the bit of wood there, because I'd rather pick up some ingredients. Alright, beautiful. We are still in time to send out an invite. Might get that organized first. Where do we want to do it though? Maybe we should go to the Ivy Bush Inn this time. We can invite another 4 people. Marigold. Maybe young Tom. Olo. And I reckon we should invite Neffy. So that's a good batch of people. Alright, let's throw all of this away into the pantry. Brilliant. Bedtime. And springtime, I suppose. Oh, wow. Look at that. Loving the color. Let's take the jacket off, because, you know, since it's springtime, it's not going to be so hot. And I reckon we could do maybe just a plain shirt for now. Since it's getting warm and all, you know, let's try to enjoy the warmth a little bit. And I better harvest whatever's deciding to come out at this point. But I've got to buy heaps and heaps of seeds to replace all of these plants. Let's get the marigolds back in. Alright, so apparently carrots are still in season. So we could get some carrots in. Maybe cauliflower. So I'll do that. I think I could do something like that. Oh, did I just get like 2 seeds of marigold? Maybe I did. Just trying to figure out what else we can grow with the seeds that we have. Nothing, it seems, but I'm very, very keen on checking in with cotton to see what kind of seeds we can buy. Alright, do we want to sell anything? Still got plenty of chives. Maybe we'll do 1 batch of that. Perch, maybe? Got quite a few eggs. But I reckon I shouldn't start selling off eggs until I've got like a decent batch together. So we'll hold off for the time being. I don't really use the crown pumpkin very often, so I'm gonna get rid of like one of our crown pumpkin batches. Peaches, we might be running low though if I got rid of that. Puffballs. I think I can get rid of another batch of rosemary. And maybe the velvet stems? We've been finding quite a lot of that during the winter time. Or walnuts. Plenty of white fluffy taters and the 2 stars even. So I'll get rid of one batch. So this will be quite a bit of cash. There's still a little bit of space for some fish as well. So better catch a few fish and then head into town. It's very vibrant, isn't it? After comparing, you know, the scenery with the snow everywhere, the wintry, cold scenery. It looks like Nasturians are still a thing in this season. So I'll gather more of those for the sake of the jams. I think we can catch one more. Brilliant. Okay. So I can't really pick anything up right now, so we'll swing by for the Nasturians on the way back home. I need to take a look at the tails. Okay, we just need to go to the post box, it seems. Shouldn't be too difficult to do. Cotton! Show me what seeds you have. Ooh, rhubarb. I definitely want to get some more rhubarb. I would like to grow some peas, some shallots, some strawberries, absolutely. Ruby taters, yes, please. And let's see. Still able to grow more leeks. Coriander, now that's new. And basil. Yeah. Love me some coriander. Cilantro, I think, for anyone from the States. But yeah, I remember trying coriander for the very first time in my life, and I thought it, you know, tasted like soapy water or something like that, but I've grown to like it though. It's really, really nice taste. Goes really, really well with certain dishes. Let's get rid of everything we've got going on in here. The perch. Yes, we'll sell that. We'll sell all of the fish here as well. Pretty much everything. Okay, looking good. Oh, there's something else going on here at the shop. Maybe a continuation of what we saw in the previous episode. Then where are they? Alright, I'll tell you. Since you still hadn't gotten around to it, I did your job for you. I sold it all to Hobson. We managed to get a decent price for it. What? It's gone? As it should have been a long time ago. But some of those things belong to old Ruby. Old Ruby? I just hadn't been able to summon the strength to go through it. It's not easy, you know. There are memories in there. I wanted to ask you for help, but you were so sure it should all be thrown out. And then I was so angry, all I could think about was arguing. Oh dear, I've made a terrible mistake, haven't I? I'm sorry, sister. I should have taken the time to listen to you. I appreciate you saying that. It was always old Ruby, wasn't it? She'd help us see past our arguments and to understand each other. She'd be sad to see us fight like this. Nora, I want to do better. Not for old Ruby, but for you. And I do as well. It does nobody any good to fight and argue. At the very least, let this big brother apologize by getting that stuff back. You're only my big brother by a few minutes. Still, it's a job I take seriously, you know? Sometimes I just lose sight of it. You take everything too seriously, brother. Perhaps I do. There you go. Well, at least they've made up, and, you know, it's all water under the bridge now, right? Let's go home, and I really want to just, like, find a space for all this stuff that we've got. All these seeds. Oh, yes, and there's those, Nasturians as well. I should try to, pick all of these before I forget. And I think there's more on this side. Perfect. Alright, let's head home. Not gonna worry about opening the post box just yet. And we can figure out what people want to eat in the next episode, I would have to say. And then we'll hopefully get a chance to, you know, fulfill some of those mission requirements for the club. Let's see if we can throw all of this away. Yeah, okay. And then now, let's figure out what goes where. Seed bag. Rhubarb. I mean, preferably, I would find a spot where the rhubarb will be happy growing with other things. But could be a little bit difficult to do. Rhubarb is quite large, isn't it? So, look, the rhubarb will be very happy growing with the delphinium. So, maybe I just want to try and squeeze in some rhubarb like this. Yeah, and then if we can find space for, you know, smaller things, we'll probably place them in here. Basil, the coriander will apparently go very well with all of these, so that doesn't seem like a bad idea. And then can we squeeze in something else in the middle here? Parsnip. Why not? Let's do one parsnip like that. Okay. Pea seeds. I think we could do like peas right here. And then maybe one right here. And we can just try to figure out what goes well with the peas. Something like that. Anything else goes well with the peas? Oh, the potatoes. Apparently they go well together. What about the rhubarb? Okay. So, I reckon what we'll do is we'll get some rhubarb in right here in this corner. Actually, maybe in that corner. And then we'll do some taters on this side. I think there's a bit of a sweet spot here. Surely, we can get it in. Right there. Almost got it. There. Lettuce. Yeah, let's do some lettuce. Anything else goes well with the lettuce? The strawberries go well with lettuce. Perfect. Alright. That looks good. These taters, maybe we can do like a couple of batches here, and then I'm hoping we can just squeeze in some shallots, maybe? Yeah, let's try to squeeze in shallots. So... okay. Okay, generally happy because of the flowers over here. I think I'm just gonna randomly place down a couple of things. We've got a lot more space down here. Just trying to figure out what might be good in this spot. Nothing that's particularly happy being with everything else, except for obviously being happy next to the flowers there. Let's do taters. Now try and do some basil here. I can't squeeze the strawberries in, unfortunately, so more basil in the center, that's fine. Yeah, these are all very, very happy together. So strawberries and lettuce, they go well together. I don't have any other seeds that I can plant. But I reckon maybe when we come back in the next episode, one of the first things we'll do, well, aside from, you know, dealing with everything else, such as the shared meal and all that, but we should figure out if we can buy a few more seeds and just fill up any empty spaces. I think there's still plenty of empty space, maybe just in this one here. And should we start thinking about buying some more... you know, garden beds? It might not be a bad idea to do that. There's plenty of space for more garden beds. So, maybe it's about time. It is busy work though, trying to maintain all of the gardens. Speaking of which... yeah, we better just do this, because, I get a feeling that I might forget about doing that when I come back in the next episode. Brilliant. Okay, oh, hang on. What about all these other ones? I think they might still have a bit of water in them. Yeah. Alright, good. I reckon this is the episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, as I said, when we come back, we'll have that meal with everyone, buy more seeds, plant them, and yeah, it's going to be a few episodes of spring from here on end. Thanks for watching, drop me a like down below, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one.